Hi guys, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now in tonight's video we're going to be digging a little deeper into the story with Michael and Edgar. If you have no idea of what I'm even talking about, I highly recommend you going back and watch the last video. But I had mentioned in the last video that I was going to start the video outside. I think I'm going to start this video inside and try to see if we can get Michael to first respond and get him to follow us outside. And we'll go from there. So with all that being said, if you are new here, please go ahead and smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. So with all that being said, let's get right into the video. Alright, so I got all the devices set up as you can see right here behind me. Now I'm going to start off by asking some questions and trying to reach back out with Michael. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but the other day I was actually able to reach out with Michael. I was just messing around. I wasn't recording or anything. And I had a Rice Krispies treat sitting on a little tub in the other room. Well, I noticed it started moving on its own, so I was able to pick up the phone, start recording. I just basically asked Michael, I said, can you go ahead and move it again? It moved again. I told him to knock the wrapper off the little tub I had it on. And sure enough, the wrapping paper fell right off the tub. It was really cool, but that really ensured me that he was still here. He's still listening, and I'm pretty sure he's still reaching out for help. So what I need you guys to do is pay attention to if you see any orbs, if you hear anything in the video. I know a few of you commented on the last video saying that you heard things, that you seen orbs and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and start the investigation in here. I'll be running the Spirit Talker app. Got all the devices set up right here behind me. Now tonight, you guys, I'm going to be doing something that I've never done on the channel. I have seen other YouTubers do it, and that's going to be using a flashlight. I'm going to see if Michael or Edgar, either one, or any spirits of that matter that is here in the house, are going to be able to gain enough energy to manipulate the flashlight and turn it on and off. It is a twist flashlight, which is the correct flashlight you need to use in this type of situation, but it's not exactly the flashlight that you see all the other ones using. So we're going to try it, give it a go, and see if this works. But without further of any ado, let's get into it. Michael, it's me, Mikey. If you're here, can you give me a sign? I just seen something blink. Can you turn that flashlight on for me? Thank you. Can you try to grab some more energy and turn it all the way on? I'm here to talk to you about maybe your story. Thank you so much. Look at that, you guys. Thank you.
Grandmother.
Grandmother. Beverly, is that you? Are you here with us? Beverly is the grandma, you guys. If you haven't, I really encourage you to please go back and watch the last video. We learned a whole lot in the last video. Can you please turn that light off? Beverly, are you here with us? If this is Beverly, can you light up one of those devices right there for me?
Green eyes.
Green eyes. Are you telling me that you had green eyes? Can you turn that flashlight off? That was pretty wild, you guys. It's blinking. Turn it off for me. Alright, you guys, the light just went out. And I got terrified. Are you terrified? Is that what you're telling me? Michael, you're still scared? I'm here to help you. I know you've mentioned that you need help crossing over. If that is something you would like to do, REM pod. Hello, who's this? You just made that REM pod go off. Michael, I'm going to try to help you. I don't want you to be afraid anymore. Are you able to light that REM pod up if that's you?
There.
Dare. What do you mean by dare? Is your dad still here? Edgar? Now guys, if you are totally confused, Edgar, this is pretty much a family thing that happened. It was a very tragic situation that happened. But I'll give you a quick rundown. There was a family that claimed that they lived here on the land. It was around the early 1900s. There was an accident between hand. There was an accident between Michael and his little sister Nell. Apparently they had gotten an argument over something, and Michael ended up pushing her out of a tree fort. She ended up falling to her death, and he went to go get help from his father, which his name is Edgar, and he ended up killing his son. And the grandmother pretty much took the place of the mother because the mother had died giving birth to the little girl, which was Michael's sister, and she ended up dying of a heart attack, or it's just a big tragic situation. You definitely want to check out the last video, you guys. I break everything down in that last video. REM pod. Now you said dare, hand. What are you trying to tell me right now? If you would like to add on to your story, you can. I'm here to listen. I would like to see maybe if you could show me where this tree fort is. Do you think you are able to turn that flashlight back on? Is it easy for you to communicate through that? The battery. Are you saying that the battery's low, or what do you mean by the battery? There is a battery in the flashlight. But yeah, you guys, Edgar is this evil entity now. He's been torturing these kids. He's been giving them hell. You know, they're absolutely terrified to communicate with me or anybody else. He's also inside this house, which I think that's exactly what he means when he says terrified. You know, he's scared. It's like Edgar is the one that's holding him back from having a conversation. Edgar, are you here with me right now? If so, can you light up one of those devices? You really need to leave out of here. You need to stop tormenting these kids. It was an accident. Michael did not deserve what you did to him. He did not mean for what happened. He did not mean to kill his little sister. This was all a big misunderstanding. It was a big accident. Now, if you have another insight into it, Edgar, I would gladly love to hear your version of what happened. They do say there's two sides to every story.
Witness.
Witness. Witness. They say there's two sides to every story, and you have not told me anything yet. Now, if you had a witness to everything, maybe Michael's wrong about some things, I would love to hear your side. So I'm asking you to come through. I'm asking you to speak with me. I want to know what... Boots. What do you mean by boots? I want to know why you're tormenting this child. He was your son. Thank you. Who's that here with me? Edgar, is that you?
He killed.
He killed. Look at that. He killed. Are you telling me, Michael, that he killed you? Can you back up from the REM pod? Look at that, you guys. Michael, are you able to walk outside with me? No. Red.
Worship.
Worship. What are you saying to me right now? You have to worship what he's saying to you? You gotta worship your dad? Look at that. Wow. This is really sad. I would like for you to come outside and show me where this tree fort is and show me where all this occurred at. Can you do that for me, please? Red again. No. Can you back up from the REM pod, please? Back up.
It's me.
It's me. Who exactly am I talking to right now? I don't know who I'm talking to. Michael, is your sister here? No. And you know, I kind of believe that because I haven't heard much from her at all. I've only had her name mentioned a couple times, but nothing has came through that would even relate to her. So she must have crossed over. And it's just Michael and Edgar and probably the grandma that is trapped here. Alright, I just got a name, you guys. It said Edna. Edna, so that's kind of in the knock. And right there, that last word is Egna. That would sound like a name that's kind of related to the family. You know, you got Edgar, Egna. Who's Egna? Edgar, I'm calling you out. I want to know why you're doing this to this child.
It's Granddad.
It's Granddad. Well, hey, Granddad, how's it going? That's the first time I've gotten that. Maybe you have some insight. Can you let me know what's going on, Granddad? What is your name? My name's Mikey. I believe I've been trying to get in contact with your grandson, Michael. Was Michael your grandson? Is there any way you can let me know by lighting up one of these devices for me? Look at that. Thank you. Are you here trying to stop your son from tormenting him? Can you make that go to blue if so? You just gotta get a little closer to it. We would like to help all of you guys to cross over to get out of here. Is that something you would like to do? Would you like to try to get out of here? Flux 2 just lit up red.
His voice.
His voice. Whose voice? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and reset this. See, and just like last time, you guys, it gets really quiet. Edgar, are you here? See, you're not used to anybody else call. You heard me. No, I didn't hear you. You're not used to anybody else calling you out. Well, I'm calling you out, and I want to know. I demand you to tell me why you're doing this to your child. It's not right what you're doing. You're silencing everybody. You're tormenting them. You're trying to torment me. And I'm going to let you know right now, this is my house. You're not going to scare me out of here. You're going to allow this child to cross over if he chooses to. What you're doing is wrong. What you did was wrong. There was no excuse of what you did. I'm sorry for what happened. It was a tragic accident. But this has gone long. This has gone on way too long. And no one has been able to stop you. I'm here to stop you. Do you understand? You need to leave. I know you're here. You being silent is not going to change. I just heard footsteps. I just heard footsteps like walk right up behind me. Are you in here now? Was that you, Edgar?
Anybody.
Anybody? And the REM pod flashed. Who's anybody? See, guys, it's actually really hard to get a clear conversation out of them.
Shush.
Shush. You're not going to tell me to shush. You need a shush. Another thing. No, they were mentioning secrets and they didn't want their secrets to get out. That was kind of like one of the responses I have gotten in the last video. They didn't want their secrets. That's crazy, you guys. I just got told shut up by a ghost. So why are you so mean, Edgar? What's your problem? I want to hear from you. Can you leave Michael alone? Can you stop tormenting him, please? Red. No. You're quick to respond to that, huh? I want to hear your story, Edgar. I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you. I understand that you
Go left.
go left. Whoa, did you see that, you guys? It said go left, and then the left one flashed. That was crazy at the same exact time. What do you mean go left? Were you telling me which K2 meter you were going to set off? I think that was the K2 meter. I was over here looking down. I also have the flashlight right over there next to the K2 meter on the left. Are you able to turn that flashlight on? Let me know that you're in here with me. Look at that. The flashlight just flashed. Turn it all the way on. Thank you. That was pretty cool. Well, I'm here to listen to your story. I'm sure that made you feel really bad for what happened, Edgar, and I'm really sorry. I know that you were mad. Do you think you can find it inside of you to forgive your son? Do you think that's a possibility? I think that would be the right thing to do. Is that a yes?
Harriet.
What did I say? Harriet? Look, the flashlight blinked again. What do you mean by Harriet? I want you to let me know. Thank you. Let me know if you can forgive your son. Was that a yes? That was 3 blinks. I'm taking that as a yes for yes. Light that all the way up if that's what you mean. Light it up for me, Edgar. Thank you.
We know you.
We know you. I'm sure you do know me. I'm starting to know you guys too. Look at that. It keeps blinking. The flashlight's blinking. Who's doing that? Michael, are you here with us? Would you like help crossing over? Do you want help crossing over, Michael?
Tell people my story.
Tell people my story. I've been trying to. That is nuts. I've been trying to tell the story. It's a very sad story.
Stuart.
Stuart. Who is Stuart? Was that your last name? No. Who's Stuart?
I'm innocent.
I'm innocent. Look at that. Who's innocent? Michael, is this you? I know you were innocent. I know this was an accident. Or maybe you didn't do it at all. Maybe this story is twisted around. Were you blamed for something that you didn't do? Maybe Edgar thought that you were guilty? Or someone thought that you were guilty and they told? See, guys, this happened so long ago. There is no possible way that you could even find information on something like this. You know, maybe the story is twisted. Maybe something completely different happened. I mean, it probably happened to a certain extent, but maybe the original story that I had gotten could have been twisted in a way. Because I have gotten I'm innocent before, you know,
I'm alone here.
I'm alone here. Look at that. I'm alone here. I'm innocent. So maybe the sister did end up dying, but maybe Michael wasn't the one that pushed her out. You know, the original story, what I'm talking about now, you guys, is from the original story that I was able to capture off camera with my family. So what I'm saying now is with the responses that I have been getting between this video and the last video, maybe the story was twisted. Look, the story was twisted, huh? And the flashlight just comes on. That has not came on but once in the beginning. Thank you so much. Well, maybe this is your time. Right now, this is your time to clear your innocence and tell your side of the story. I'm all ears. We're all here with you. We're all watching and listening, and we're waiting to hear from you. A lot of people will watch this. A lot of people will know the story. So it's up to you to tell the truth. You can tell me and everybody else what exactly happened here, because there's a lot of people that's very curious and they want to know what happened. So now's your chance.
The church.
The church. That's crazy. The church. I don't live too far from a church. So maybe something happened over there on where the church wouldn't have been there at that time. But you know, the land probably would have all joined together in some sense. Is there any way you can turn that light off? Let me see if you have enough energy to turn the light off. Come on, Michael, you can do it.
Joan.
June. I mean, y'all gotta keep in mind this child was 8 or 9 years old, around that age. How old are you, Michael? Can you let me know? How old were you when all this happened? Were you 8? Were you 9? 9. You were 9 years old.
Explore.
Explore. Would you like to go with me to explore and maybe you could show me where all this took place at? Would you like to go with me? No. Guys, it's like they don't want me to go to look, or maybe he's just trapped here permanently. Maybe he can't leave. You know, that could be a real possibility that he actually cannot leave. Although, and see, it's kind of confusing to me because I know that this house was not here back then, so you would think that he'd be trapped to the property, not to the actual house, but it's like once he came in, he cannot leave. Is that right, Michael? Can you not leave? Are you trapped inside this house? Wow. Guys, I'm absolutely speechless. I don't even know what to do about this. I would really like to help you cross over, Michael. Look, Grandpa. Is that something you would like to do? Would you like to cross over?
We're here.
We're here. We're here. It keeps saying we're here. It just said
Mistake.
mistake. It said children and mistake. Children and mistake. It was a mistake that happened, huh? What was the mistake? Was all this a big misunderstanding with the children? Who am I speaking with right now?
Human.
Human. I'm human. You were human once before, too. Guys, I would really like to try to take this outside, but it seems like, Michael has said repeatedly, right when I asked the question. Fearful. Fearful. He's done said repeatedly times that he cannot leave the house. He doesn't want to show me where this fort is. It might, put a bad image in his head, like he's reliving it.
Medieval.
Medieval? Tell your story, Michael. Now's your chance. It's okay. We're all here to listen to you. We want to help you. I want to help you. Now, everybody watching this wants nothing but the best. Everybody wants to help you, Michael. So now's your chance to explain your story, Michael. It seems like maybe some things got twisted along the way. You mentioned to me that you want me to tell your story, but I want to tell it accurately. Can you turn that light on? I see you trying to turn that light on, Michael.
Alive.
Alive. Do you still feel like you're alive?
Atmosphere.
Atmosphere. What do you mean by atmosphere? Can you travel throughout the atmosphere? Oh, guys, I'm just trying to be silent. I don't want to ask too many questions. I just want him to try to tell his story. That's what he really needs to do right now, is just tell his story. Did you make up with your dad? You seem like you're talking a lot more. You don't seem like you're as scared as you were. You think you guys can just get along and maybe get on out of here?
Ill.
Ill. You feel ill? Are you sick? Or is somebody sick? Was your dad ill? Maybe that was part of the stress that built up to cause him to do what he did? Like I said, Michael, you have mentioned to me several times that you are completely innocent. And I believe you. What do you mean by ill? You can take your time. Another thing that I've noticed, guys, is like there's a point in time when I start these investigations is that Michael has enough energy to, have a really good conversation there for a few minutes and then it starts to slow down. It's like he's lacking. Door. It's like he's lacking energy. I can pray for you, Michael, and we can create a door. And maybe you can get out of here. You can go through that door.
Quiet.
Quiet. Are you telling me to be quiet again? You don't want to hear that? You've been here for so long, it seems like you don't want to leave. It seems like to me that you're scared to leave. Are you scared to leave to see what's on the other side? Is that what you're trying to tell me? So you're terrified of what's on the other side? Um, I understand what you mean, Michael. And I'm pretty sure it is scary. Well, whenever you're ready, we can at least try. Or maybe, if none of the least, we can go outside and maybe look for that fort and maybe
Feel.
feel. We can get this story all straight. That way you can tell your story in a truthful manner. Does that sound good? Alright. Well, thank you, Michael. And thank you to all the other spirits that's here for communicating with me and trying to help me understand what you guys have been going through and what happened so long ago. Alright, guys. This shall be continued. Alright, y'all. So, right when I turned the camera off, the very last response I had got was, I didn't believe this. So that makes me think that, he didn't believe probably for the longest time that he was ever going to get any help, that he was never going to be able to tell his story. But, he slowly is. This is slowly starting to turn out to be something completely different than what I thought. So now in my mind, the story has been twisted. You know, I'm going to give him that chance and opportunity. I'm going to continue this video, you guys. The next video, we're going to really try hard to get Michael to go outside. He was really clear on not wanting to go and leave the house, saying that he's trapped. But we're really going to dig deep in the next one. We're really going to try to get him out there. And from outside, I'm going to open a door and try to set him free. You know, him and Edgar both. You know, it kind of seems like to me maybe they're starting to get along again. Maybe the father is starting to feel sorry for what he did. I'm not 100% certain on that. That's just what I feel, you know. But a lot of you guys have mentioned how sad this story is, and it is. It's really sad. But it makes me feel really sad because I have to live here, you know, and I deal with this on a daily basis. You guys don't see every single thing. You know, I witnessed so much stuff happening inside the house. It's crazy. But hopefully we can wrap all this up and lay all this to rest for the sake of the souls of Michael. The flashlight just turned on behind me. For Michael and his dad Egner. And that shows you right there, they're still here with me. I got cold chills, I got goosebumps. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about all this. If you have anything to ask Michael Egner or you want me to ask, please leave them down in the comments section below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Remember, you guys, the equipment that you see me use in tonight's video, as far as the REM pod and the EMF meters and stuff like that, there's a link down in the description for Ghost Stop. Shop through the link and you'll be able to save you some money on anything on the website. Make sure those post notifications are on. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Remember to keep it spooky. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.